Assalamualaikum dear students. Welcome to today's class of Amar Ghare Amar School. I am Alvi Islam. I am your English instructor for your English first paper. Today we will learn Unit 6, Lesson 1 and Lesson 2. Unit 6 is Leisure from the book English for Today. From today's class we will learn these things: ask and answer questions, read and enjoy poems, use sounds, stress, and intonation appropriately, talk about people, places, and events, read and understand texts, write paragraphs and short compositions. Now let's start Lesson 1. In this lesson, we will know about a boy's daily routine. The boy's name is Zishan. Zishan follows a regular routine every single day. Let us see his daily routine. At 6:30 a.m., Zishan wakes up. At 7 a.m., Zishan takes his breakfast. From 8:30 to 3 p.m., Zishan stays in the school. From 4 p.m. to 5 p.m., Zishan takes snacks and free time. From 5 p.m. to 6 p.m., Zishan studies with maths or science teacher. From 6:15 p.m. to 7:15 p.m., Zishan studies with his English teacher or social science teacher. From 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m., Zishan does his homework. At 8:30 p.m., Zishan takes his supper. From 9 p.m. to 10 p.m., Zishan watches television. At 10:30 p.m., Zishan goes to bed. On Friday, Zishan does not go to the school, but he studies with his religious teacher for 1 hour. And sometimes he goes to his relative's place with his family. He also studies by himself for a few hours on Friday. Now, if we look back at Zishan's daily routine, we will see that Zishan studies with his math or science teacher from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. So that is 1 hour. He spends 1 hour every day to study math or sometimes science. Then he studies English or social science with his English or social science teacher from 6:15 p.m. to 7:15 p.m. So that is also 1 hour, which means he also spends 1 hour to study English and sometimes social science. Then from 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m., Zishan does his homework. So he also spends 1 hour every day to do his homework. And on Friday, he takes 1 more hour to study religion with his religious teacher. That means in total, every day, he spends 3 hours to study. And on Friday, he takes 4 hours to study. Now, what do you think if this is too much study? Do you think Zishan studies way too much every day? If you ask me this question, I will say no, he does not spend way too much time to study every day. He takes just the right amount of time to study. That is because if you look back again at the daily routine, you will see that Zishan covers all of his subjects every day. He has divided his subjects each day very well. For example, 1 hour he keeps math and science in his studies, and for another hour he keeps English and social science for studying. So you can see that he covers math, science, social science and English every day so that he can do well in those subjects. Now, since Zishan is a student and these subjects are actually important subjects, and this will help him to be a very good student, so he keeps these subjects in his daily routine. And that is why I believe that he takes just the right amount of time to study every day. And do not forget that religion is part of our life. And Zishan has also kept 1 hour on Friday to study religion. That means he is really a very planned student when it comes to making a plan or routine to study. Now, if you notice Zishan's daily routine carefully, you will see that Besides studying religion with his teacher, Zishan also studies his school subjects by himself on Friday. Now the question is that, why do you think Zishan studies on Fridays? Friday is a holiday, people go on vacation, people go outside, but why does Zishan study on Friday? That is because if you carefully notice, you will see that Zishan studies the other subjects, for example math, science, English, social science, with his teacher on the rest of the days. But on Friday, he keeps this studying time for himself. So probably on Friday, Zishan tries to evaluate how much he has learned over the week. Maybe he tries to solve the problems that he has learned in the other days. Maybe he tries to practice English by himself. He tries to practice math by himself. And by doing that, he is actually getting better. He gets to know how much he has learned over the week. And if he has any problem, if he faces any problem when he is practicing by himself on Friday, on the next day, which is Saturday, he can ask his questions to his teacher. So that is how Zishan is actually working on his studies by himself on Friday. I think this is actually a very good idea so that you can learn even more. Now, if you look back at Zishan's daily routine again, you will see that Zishan has not actually kept any time to play. Because every day he wakes up, he goes to school, he eats food, he studies different subjects with the respective teachers, he watches TV, and then he goes to bed. But there is no time for playing in daily routine of Zishan. Now, what do you think about that? Don't you think that all work and no play will make Zishan a dull boy? Or do you have a different opinion about that? I believe that every student should keep some time in his daily routine to play, to go outside, to meet his friends, and to play in the playgrounds. Because if he only keeps studying and watching TV without having any sports, any games in his daily life, his life will be boring, and very soon he may also lose interest in the subjects. Because when we are stuck in our daily routine every day, we easily lose interest on what we actually want to do. As students, Zishan's main purpose is to study really hard and become a very good student so that in future he can become what he wants to be, so that he can get his goals. However, if he doesn't play at all, he will actually lose interest on the subjects. Maybe he will start doing bad in the subjects, and he may not be able to become a good student as he wants to be. So I believe Zishan should keep 1 hour in his daily routine to play, to go outside, to meet his friends. Also, if he goes outside, he'll be able to talk about his life with his friends. He may be able to know about different things that he doesn't know, but his friends know. Maybe there are interesting things about science that Zishan doesn't know, but his friends know. And now, if he goes out to play with his friends, they will have conversations. And these topics, science, will come up. And then Zishan will be able to know a lot of new things. So that will be helpful for Zishan. As you have learned about Zishan's daily routine and the ways he can improve in his daily routine, now you can actually make your own daily routine. And in that routine, you can work out on your free times. For an example, after making your daily routine, you can see that you have 1 hour or 2 hours totally free. You have nothing to do on those hours. Now, in that case, you can actually study or play. For an example, if you like computer, you can actually learn new things about computer in that free time. If you like to play chess, You can actually play chess with your parents or your friends in that free time. If you like to play cricket, you can actually play cricket in that free time. It is very important to work on yourself, on your personality, on your hobbies in the free time. In that way, not only you'll be a happy person, but also a healthy person. Now, let's start lesson 2. In this lesson, first we will read a poem. This poem is called Lesson. It is written by William Henry Davis. What is this life if full of care? We have no time to stand and stare, no time to stand beneath the boughs and stare as long as sheep or cows, no time to see when woods we pass, where squirrels hide their nuts in grass, no time to see in broad daylight streams full of stars like skies at night. A poor life this is, if full of care, we have no time to stand and stare. In this poem, the poet talks about few beautiful things. Let's look at these beautiful things. First of all, he talks about trees. The word boughs means branches of trees. Here, poet talks about the beauty of boughs, the beauty and peace that we feel when we stand beneath the boughs or branches of trees. Then, the poet talks about animals. He talks about sheep, cows, even squirrels. Now, if we see animals roaming by themselves, being themselves, you will feel good that few sheep or cows are roaming on the field, eating grass totally free. You will feel good about it. Then the poet talks about woods, which means forest. Here the poet talks about the beauty of the forest. And then the poet talks about the beautiful day. Has it ever happened to you that you go outside and you see that the day is very beautiful? It's not too hot, it's not too cold. The sun is actually gentle and it's just a beautiful day. So by saying broad daylight, the poet is actually meaning a beautiful day. And at the end, the poet talks about a beautiful night. He says, streams full of stars. If you look at the sky at night, you may seem that the stars are actually streaming. It's like a wave is going from one place to another place and it looks beautiful. So by saying streams full of stars, the poet is actually trying to portray the beauty of stars at night. So these are the beautiful things that the writer addressed in the poem. Now if we read the poem again, we will see that the poet uses these words, no time to stand and stare, again and again in this poem. The question is, why he used these words again and again? Do you think that we don't have enough time to stand and stare? If you remember what I said in lesson 1, you will see that Zishan actually does not go out. He does not go on vacations. He does not go on tours. All the times that he has kept in his daily routine, these times are kept for either studying or watching TV or eating foods. So Zishan is actually not going out to enjoy the beauty of the nature, to enjoy the beauty of the things that we found around us. In this poem, we can see that the poet thinks that we actually do not have time to stand and stare, just like Zishan. And he has his reasons for it. He said what he found true in our regular life. Look at Zishan. He doesn't actually take time to enjoy the nature. And even if we look at us, we will see that if we are students, we are actually studying a lot, we are doing homeworks, we are preparing ourselves for exams, or we are watching TVs or maybe video games because now we have technologies in our hands. But we are not actually keeping time to enjoy the nature. We do not go out to see the beauty of the mysteries of this world. Now, this is what the poet thinks. He thinks that we do not have time to go outside and to enjoy the beauty of nature. What do you think about that? Do you agree with the poet? If you ask me this question, I will say, sadly, I actually agree with the poet. Because in this modern time, we're actually spending lots of times with either studies or jobs or watching televisions. Maybe sometimes we're playing video games, but we're not actually going outside. We don't take time to go on tours. We don't meet friends a lot. We have come to a time where we actually stay all by ourselves at our home doing our own things. So, by everything that is happening right now, we are actually not giving enough time to roam around the nature, to find the beauty of the nature. But that should not be the case. I will say that keep a time for yourself so that you can go out with your family or your friends to see the beauty of the nature. Because nature teaches us a lot of things in its own way. And you'll find that nature teaches us about discipline. Nature teaches us about how you can be a better human being. When you will see forests, when you will see animals, when you will see a beautiful sky full of stars, you will feel good. You will feel that you have to be kind to other human beings because we all are part of this world. The nature, human beings, and all the other animals are part of this nature. So when you will go outside and see these things by yourself, you will feel good. Suppose you're walking along a path through forest and you see beautiful trees and flowers. What would you do? If I were you, I would sit there peacefully, look at the beauties of trees and flowers and the nature. Now, let's have a review on what we have learned in this class. We saw a boy, Zishan's daily routine, and in that routine, we have found that Zishan has kept the right amount of time to study. However, he did not keep any time to play or to go outside. From that part, we have actually learned that besides studying, we should also keep some time to play. Because this will also help us to grow happier and healthier. And in lesson 2, we saw a poem which is called Lession, written by William Henry Davies. And in that poem, the poet is actually sad that now we do not have enough time to go outside to see the beauty of nature. We are busy with our own life, but we do not give any time to the nature where we belong to. So from these two lessons, we have learned that study is important, our life is important. However, we should always keep some time to play and to go outside to see the beauty of the nature. Because just like studying or doing our daily work, playing and going outside to feel the nature are really important for our own self. So that was all about today's class. Stay healthy, stay well, follow the government instruction and stay home. If you want to see this class again, follow the Facebook page and YouTube channel of Amar Ghare Amar School.